Welcome back to the Padilla family homestead. It has been a little over a week since I have done just about anything big in the garden. I recently just started a new job and have been working close to full-time hours, so there is a lot that needed to be harvested. You can see the pathways are extremely overgrown. There's tons of weeds in the bed. As we come into August and schools are about to start, I wanted to take a minute and encourage you to not just give up on the garden. Don't just stop because it looks overwhelming. Take a step back, look at your priorities, make a list of all the things that need to be done, and just start with one thing. So today I started with harvesting, and then my husband is going to come out and we are going to move through and do a few projects. This is not able to be tackled in one day for me. This is going to be a couple of weeks of work, but it is all going to be worth it. I'm actually really surprised when I came out. I was expecting that first tomato plant that I showed you guys before that was dying to be dead, and it's not. So I grabbed a ripe tomato off of that. So I'm just letting it go as long as it can. And so you can see that pinker tomato there. We got some red ones, everything. I was getting tons of stuff. So the cucumbers, I need to remember to get out here at least once a day. It doesn't matter if it's morning or night, and harvest the cucumbers because some of them got way too big. I will say that these white pickling cucumbers that we got from Baker Creek have been super prolific. They were the first ones to set fruit. That's what we've been getting. And you're supposed to pick them really small, so they'll start to turn yellow if they're past their prime. However, they still taste good yellow. I also got 2 English cucumbers and 1 Dar cucumber. After watching the footage back, I realized this probably wasn't the best place for the camera for this particular shot, but I was waiting for my husband here, and I started weeding the asparagus bed. It's like a jungle out here, so I was moving the sweet potato vines back in and really just concentrating on pulling the weeds. I'm not going to show a lot of this bed because you can't see a whole lot of it. But I'm working my way down. I've been there for a little bit. You can see the sun change. And it's nice to see in person the difference. And my husband is out to the rescue. I thought I heard some rustling in the cucumbers, and I was slightly concerned that there could be a snake or something over there. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was would have been scared by him weed eating. Putting this fence up was really important to keep the cats and dog out of the garden and some of the other critters. It helps deter them, but you can't really get a lawnmower into most of the spots here, and we need to keep the weeds down. So we have just been weed eating. However, this video portion was taken Wednesday, and we really realized how much time this is going to take to keep weed eating. And as things keep growing, it's harder to access things. It also hides the snake and vole and mole deterrent little stakes that we have in. So my husband and I talked about what we can do to eliminate some of this time that it takes to do this. Our goal was to lay wood chips down, so we had put cardboard down to kind of help with weed suppression. But cardboard and weed eating do not go well together. The cardboard starts to break down after it's been rained on, and as you're weed eating it, it's just chopping it up. It gets in the way. So cardboard needs to be covered. If you are going to be creating a pathway, cardboard needs to be covered. My smart husband is using his weed eater to check for spider webs too, because entering this tunnel, a spider always blocks this entrance. And so it's good to check first. But I'm very thankful. He got in here and he was weed eating this whole tunnel. He had no clue I was recording him. It was funny. So we decided that if I was going to lay cardboard down again, we needed to get some mulch. And we end up doing that today, which is Thursday as I'm recording in this portion. This portion being the voiceover and the end of the video. But we had to get the rest of the garden ready. Now we still have to weed eat the pumpkin patch. We didn't get down to that section yet, but this the garden bed area, we really need to get to. Now it's also almost time to replant some of our root vegetables, and this bed that I'm weeding it right here in this video is our root vegetable and greens bed that we had from this summer. This thing has gone to the weeds like crazy. So I spend a good 20-30 minutes weeding this bed. I'm checking to see what's still left. There's carrots and a couple of radishes. I did not pull the carrots, but they're not really growing that much. I know we were pushing our luck with them. So I think part of it is they've been competing with the weeds a whole lot. But we did find a radish or two, and we found some turnips. We also weeded through all the mustard greens and all of that good stuff. Our beets are still in this bed. They're still growing and doing great. So we are leaving them be and letting them just continue to grow. I knew that this bed though was going to be one of the next things that we were going to be planting in direct sowing. And so I really want to make sure that this bed gets ready for when I am ready to plant. I'm really looking forward to the fall winter garden. We're also going to be starting seeds inside here very soon. This weekend we're going to be building the shelf and setting everything up for that. I'm also going to be finishing out the planning on when I'm supposed to do the seed starting for this area. I'll be using Seed Time. If I can figure it out on how to record that on my computer, I'm going to be sharing that process with you, so you can see how to utilize Seed Time to help you plan your garden. So this whole bed was pretty much an experiment, because I figured that most of the root vegetables we were later on. Our mustards we were later on. Our collards we were a little later than planned. I figured the basil was going to do great. And so that's pretty much what's in this 8-foot section. It's all those root vegetables, the greens, and the basils. And what's funny is some of the root vegetables did great. Some did not. The mustard did amazing. The collards have been bug riddled. We have only gotten to eat like 2 or 3 leaves of collards. And the basil has not been as big as I thought it would be. So it was kind of funny how things just worked out differently. And this is my first time growing here in Arkansas. And it's going to be a learning curve to see when, and we knew we were pushing our luck. But it was nice to know that the giant red leaf mustard is holding up to, so far, the weather here. Now, we've had a cooler July, end of July, middle of July than normal. but it's been holding up pretty good. The other mustard I planted, the Komatsuna mustard, that one bolted a while ago, and I'll be pulling that out as I am weeding this. So anything that had bolted in this bed, I'm just getting rid of. This bed looks so much better, all weeded. It makes my heart happy. Now for the other section of this bed and the other 3 entire beds. The last thing I'm harvesting for today are the green beans. When my husband was lifting these beans kind of and weed whacking underneath them, I can see so many large beans. This is another one that I really need to be checking daily or every other day. I did get some really big ones that are better for eating the actual bean inside and cooking those versus eating the whole bean pod. So I have Tongues of Fire, which is a Borlato bean. It's a flatter one where you can eat the inside beans or eat them as a snap bean. The purple beans and Dragon Tongue. And this is my harvest for the diet. So here we are now the next day today. We are at the waste facility after the tornado hit. They've been cleaning up all the debris of the trees and everything else and mulching them down. And we can get this free mulch, which is amazing. You get a good shot of my husband's new truck that we got, which has come in super handy. I'm very thankful for the truck. I'm very thankful for the mulch. Now this mulch is not perfect. It's not like landscape pretty. There are big chunks. I have no clue what types of wood are in this. You can see it here in the bed, but we are using it for the walkways. So it's gonna work. I'm putting the cardboard down and then doing the mulch pretty thick on top, which you're about to see here. And that's gonna be the end of our video. We're gonna be plugging away at this mulching project for the next couple of days, but for now I'm gonna go celebrate the rest of my birthday with my hubby.